I dare anybody to stand up and try to cancel me.
You are free, Santos free.
Did I embellish my resume? Yes, I did. And I'm sorry.
Congressman George Santos has been facing a storm of controversy amid reports that he fabricated key details about his education, work experience, heritage, and more.
These are blatant lies. Do you have no shame?
Tulsi, I can say the same thing about the Democrats.
On November 9, 2022, George Santos was elected to Congress, flipping New York's 3rd District and helping the GOP clinch a slim majority in the House. He made history as the first openly gay Republican elected to Congress as a non-incumbent. But just over a month after his win, an expose by the New York Times unraveled a string of lies he told about his background, prompting even more discrepancies to be spotted.
We were bamboozled, absolutely lied to, and we do not want this representation in New York District 3.
I put myself through college and got an MBA from NYU, and I have zero debt. Nothing in life is free. And the harder you work for something, the more rewarding it is.
Today, I stand very proud with the bachelor's and master's degree, all New York educated, Brut College and NYU for my MBA.
Santos's website once claimed he got a bachelor's degree in economics and finance from Brut College. His biography on the National Republican Congressional Committee's website also previously mentioned him studying at New York University. Both Brut and NYU, however, told the Times they could not find any records of him attending. Santos has since admitted to the lies to the New York Post. Santos' campaign site, which has since been updated, initially stated that he began working at Citigroup as an associate and quickly advanced to become an associate asset manager in the real asset division of the firm. His bio also indicated he briefly worked for Goldman Sachs. Spokespeople for Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, however, told the New York Times they could not confirm his past employment. In subsequent interviews, Santos clarified that he instead had worked for a company that did business with the firms.
I used a poor use of words, but I did work in the industry for a number of years.
According to her obituary, Santos' mother actually died in 2016, more than 15 years after 9/11. Santos himself confirmed the year of her death in a tweet just months later. Santos later claimed his father was also on Ground Zero the day of the attack, and again confirmed neither of them died that day.
My parents were both down there the day of the attacks, and fortunately none of them passed.
The current version of his website states his mother, quote, survived the tragic events on September 11th, but she passed away a few years later when she lost her battle to cancer. While it is possible his mother could have developed cancer from toxins released during the attack, people are pointing out that 15 years is more than a few years, and that her obituary makes no mention of 9/11.
Oh, good morning. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Lee has served as an inspiration, as a friend, and as a leader for the Jewish folks in Congress. At one point being just 2 members. So now we're going to be 3.
That was Santos speaking at the Republican Jewish Coalition meeting in Las Vegas last November, noting that with his election, there would now be 3 Jewish members of Congress. But less than 2 weeks later, he said this.
I'm Jewish. I come from a Jewish family. My mother's family is Jewish. I grew up and I was raised Roman Catholic. My father's Roman Catholic.
And just about a month later, he said this to the New York Post.
I've seen how socialism destroys people's lives because my grandparents survived the Holocaust.
We're no stranger to persecution. My grandfather fleeing Ukraine in 1920s to Belgium, then fleeing Belgium to Brazil in 1940. It's a story of survival, of tenacity, of grit, as we like to call it.
According to genealogy records first uncovered by the Jewish news site The Forward, Santos's grandparents were both born in Brazil before the Nazis came to power. CNN also interviewed multiple genealogists, none of whom could confirm the claim that Santos's grandparents had fled the Holocaust. Since all of these revelations were made, people in Santos's district have been calling on him to resign.
We need to stand together because we do not want to be represented by a clown in Albany.
Facing outrage, Santos himself admitted to, quote, embellishing.
Did I embellish my resume? Yes, I did. And I'm sorry. The reality is I'm human.
More aspects of Santos's life have since come into question. Claims about his income, his philanthropic credentials, his property ownerships, his mother's career, and even a claim that he lost employees to the Pulse massacre.
At the Pulse nightclub in Orlando in 2016, which I happened to, at the time, have people that worked for me in the club. My company at the time, we lost 4 employees.
How dare he? How dare he try to score political points or gain sympathy by lying about losing employees?
Santos is now under investigation by local and federal authorities for misrepresenting himself to voters and for potential crimes regarding his finances and campaign spending. Authorities in Brazil also told the New York Times that Santos is facing charges for check fraud, which they say he admitted to in 2010. All in all, not the best start for Congressman George Santos. The craziness of it all was captured on this parody clip by The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
I invented root beer floats. I'm the guy from Quaker Oats. And that's not even all the stuff I